Great, hello and welcome back. If you've just joined us for Cisco Live 2023 Amsterdam, we just had a great innovation talk from Rebecca Stone and Omri, and they were talking a little bit around hybrid work and simplifying the network experience. So that was really great to hear as well. Now, they are going to head over to the studio, so stay tuned because Steve is going to be chatting to them as soon as they arrive. But I just want to remind you in the meantime, if you are experiencing Cisco Live 2023 Amsterdam from here in Amsterdam, or if you're watching from home, let us know how you're getting on. You can do that by using hashtag Cisco Live and @Cisco Live. And if you're watching on CiscoLive.com, which we recommend as the best viewing experience, we have some emojis on the screen there. So let us know, thumbs up if you're having fun, and we want to see how you're experiencing it. If you're at home, your cat or your dog is sat on your lap, we want to see that as well. I know I've had pictures of my dog watching me, so that's quite fun. Remember as well, for the first time ever, we are translating and we have captions for 7 languages. So it really is, making sure that the event is as inclusive as possible. And let's talk a little bit around what we just saw. It's around a reality of a changing work every day and how we have to adapt to new ways to work. So that was really great to hear from Rebecca. I know we have Cedric out. He is out with Grant, one of our guests. So Cedric, tell us, introduce Grant and let us know what you have to share.
Hey there, Nish. I am still here in the Cisco Unified Experience Zone, and I also got on brand. I got a really nice jacket from the Cisco Enterprise Networking team. I'm still here. As I said, we're going best buds, right, Grant? So here you are once again.
Good to see you again. How are things going?
Great. No, they're going great. We just heard from Rebecca in the innovation talk about cloud management for Catalyst. It's really important these days. It's a focus for Cisco. So can you tell us why is that important?
Yeah, absolutely. Cloud monitoring and cloud management for Catalyst is one of the first steps that we were taking towards delivering that cloud operating model for our customers. So it's giving everyone who's running a Catalyst network the ability to see, inspect, and in many cases troubleshoot switches across their sites and locations.
Awesome, great. So I think it would be really cool if you could just give us a quick demo of how that actually works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
And anyone can come down and get this demo. We'd love to show it off. But what we have up here on the screen is a Catalyst switch, a 9300, that is currently being monitored in the Meraki dashboard. It's located in Sao Paulo, Brazil, so we're looking around the world as we speak. But from this, in a single view, I get the ability to see not only all of the traffic running across the switch, which clients are connected, but ultimately even port level detail into the traffic that is flowing. So instead of having to go into your CLI or navigate into a complex interface, my tier 1 and tier 2 support can instantly see where a problem might be, where I can optimize and deploy services and support as needed, or even fix it from where I sit.
Great, so it seems really, really interesting. It seems very technical, I have to say, for me, but I'm sure it's super simple. So Grant, can you tell us a little bit more? We heard from Rebecca, now we've seen a little bit of a demo. How are customers using this today?
Right. Well, I think where they're using it starts with that idea of it is simple. Right? We're taking that ethos of the Meraki simplicity and bringing it to the entire portfolio, so anyone can dig in and start managing these switches. One of our customers yesterday runs an electronics wholesaling business, and they have 150 locations centered in Denmark, but around the world. They have a team of 5 people in IT. And so they are using cloud monitoring to give their tier 1 and tier 2 support instant access to networks around the world. And then they can bring in their higher powered support. But it's allowing them to scale their services and deliver a much better unified experience around the world to customers, employees, and partners. And we're seeing that in retail, we're seeing it in education, and we're even starting to see it in healthcare and other places. It's really, really powerful.
So you're just saying that only 5 people in the IT department manage so many devices with the cloud managing for Catalyst part?
Yes, we have customers managing upwards of 800 switches through this single dashboard around the world, and with the smallest possible IT teams you can think of.
This is amazing, right? Just with a small IT team using Cisco technology, you can just manage. This is a cost reduction part that is just awesome to hear about. So thank you so much, Grant. We are still here in the Cisco experience. I'm just gonna wander around a little bit more and kind of have a look of what we have here behind us with the sensors and so on as well. So let's just gonna have a look a little bit here. Sorry. So here, we just have some sensors over here. Like, I'm gonna talk to this gentleman here. Like, can you explain us a little bit more about the sensors here and how it actually connects with the enterprise networking portfolio that we offer?
Sure, with pleasure. So what we have here is several different sensors that we have. All of them are part of the Meraki portfolio, which means all of the information will be on the Meraki dashboard. We have these sensors such as temperature and humidity sensors. We have air quality sensors. We have door opening sensors, and all of that integrates directly into the dashboard. Which means if we want to have a door open trigger the camera to take a snapshot and send it over WebEx to the security officer, that can happen very easily through the dashboard.
Awesome. Like, that's a lot of triggers here. We're going to go back to the studio right now with Nish. So Nish, over to you.
Thank you so much, Cedric. So we're here back in the studio. We're going to have Rebecca and Omri, who just did an innovation talk. They're here in the studio with Steve, so hold on for a second for that. But just a reminder a little bit about what they talked about around how our world is changing every single day. We're all seeing it, we're all feeling it as well, and that's really requiring us to change the way that we work. So modernizing infrastructure is the first step, right? But we're talking about IT agility, and I know that Rebecca, Omri, and Steve are going to chat about that now. So Steve, over to you and your guests.
Well, thank you so much, my friend. I am right next door to you in Studio B. Thanks for the great setup on this. I do appreciate it. So we just came out of the fantastic iTalk just a moment ago, and I am so glad to have Rebecca Stone and Omri Gelfand here with me. Thanks for running straight on over. I appreciate it. You're being so game.
Absolutely. It was good for a workout. I haven't gotten my run in today. So.
Oh, that's good. So we're going to go later as well.
Yes,
right? We already
exactly.
Have that
Let's do
up.
it.
What did you think of the iTalk? How did it go? Did you enjoy doing it? What was the audience response like? Give us your feedback.
Why don't you go first?
Well, first of all, it was a blast. We had a great fun, shared with the audience what we're doing on converging and bringing together networking and security. Definitely resonated. We saw a lot of happy faces, good response from the audience.
Yeah, I think we got some good applause at the end, right? And lots of cameras. You always can tell when the cameras are up and they're taking pictures of the slides. That's when you know it's a good event.
That's how you know that they're absolutely and totally connected
exactly,
to you, right?
Exactly.
So I really enjoyed it as well. I got a chance to watch. When we talk about simplifying the network infrastructure, right? When we talk about simplifying our customers' IT transformation capabilities, this is core to what we do. You're our Senior VP of Customer Solutions Marketing. Omri, you are our VP of Product Management for SASE NAS and Cisco Meraki. When we look at cloud management for the Catalyst portfolio, if we were to focus on that, it really does enable our customers' path to converged hardware, right? It's helping their IT deliver on all this promise of agility that we make, the promise of simplicity, right?
Yeah.
So how does that actually play out? How do we deliver on the promise? I guess that's the good question.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's two steps to it. One is cloud monitoring, which is really the first step for a lot of the customers that I've spoken to, at least. There are customers who have Catalyst in their networks, and they're kind of either testing out Meraki or they have Meraki in their branches, and the monitoring allows them to have visibility across both without going to two different dashboards. And that is a simplification in and of itself that our customers have really expressed delight with, to be quite honest with you. And then we have management. And so management is really about our access points right now, today, and having that dual management mode. Either you can do DNA Center or Meraki for those access points, and that allows you the flexibility to fit them into the infrastructure that works best for you. And then over time, you'll be able to monitor that entire network as one holistic thing. So that's really the journey we're both going on together, our customers and Cisco themselves.
Absolutely, and it is day-to-day practical application.
Absolutely.
And we can really come back to that enough. We can talk about these in theory, but what can people actually do with it, right? So Omri, on that security side, right? Let's take the same approach. What are our customers experiencing today in their real worlds? What do they love about Cisco Plus Secure Connect from your point of view?
Yeah, great question. I think to start this, we're really bringing together the security world and the networking world and converge it. Now, again, today in a lot of the solutions, customers struggle to secure and manage their environment. Applications go anywhere. They can, they're not in the four walls of the data center anymore. They go to public cloud, private clouds, colos, and users are also anywhere. So IT teams really struggle to keep up with securing and managing this environment. With Cisco Plus Secure Connect, and this is one of the things that customers love about it, we're bringing it all together into a common operational model. And when you think of it, it's really a challenging task to do because we're trying to mix two worlds that are very, very different. Yes. And networking world is all about connecting things together. Where in a security world, you're safe and secure when you're isolated, when everything stays in the right place.
Sure.
So bringing this together to the Meraki dashboard allows customers to strike the right balance between securing and also connecting everything in a seamless way. And of course, get all the benefits of an operational model, this cloud monitoring, this cloud management that extends from cloud to premise.
Perfectly put, perfectly put. I want to get both of your feedback. Talk a little bit about how our Meraki dashboard is creating an easier experience for every single Cisco customer. And Rebecca, start off and Omri, just jump on board.
Yeah.
Let's make it a little free for all.
I think we both have a long history with the Meraki dashboard. So I love talking to the Meraki customers because they get so passionate about how easy it is to use. And really it is. Like I've talked to probably 5 or 6 customers just yesterday that were talking about the fact that they've been able to scale their operations, with maybe 2, 3 IT networking operations managers to be able to do global deployments in less time than they could previously. So they actually are able to then take those network operations managers and put them on other projects that allow them to deliver a better user experience to their customers, to their employees, and that's, I think, really the benefit of being able to do a cloud managed platform like Meraki.
Absolutely.
And along the same line, when we think of SASE, it is enabling customers to focus on doing the more routine activities on a day-to-day basis. It does give you better control and better visibility to security threats. And of course, that allows your teams to start focusing on higher value items. So doing more with less is definitely a very, very important narrative that we see. The other benefit is that we are leveraging the Meraki platform to not only manage the security policies in the cloud, but leverage customers' existing investments in their on-prem equipment, the hardware, the software that they've invested, and leverage those capabilities to streamline that service delivery all the way from premise to cloud, essentially creating this fabric that gives you that ability to scale and deliver a better user experience at the end of the day.
Really is perfect, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we heard Jonathan talk about the blanket in the keynote, and then the warm, cozy fabric blanket, right?
Fabric, it's all about fabric.
It's all about fabric. And the doing more with less, I feel like that could be now the theme, that could be the epitaph for every company in the world. How do we do more with less, and how do we properly leverage what we've already owned, what we've already made the investment in, and for Cisco, that is so important. You talked about the cloud operating model during your iTalk. Why is cloud monitoring such a critical step right now in the journey to a cloud operating model?
I think it's exactly what you just talked about, which is that there are already investments being made in infrastructure today with Catalyst and with on-prem environments. And in order to be able to help our customers transition in a way that doesn't mean a rip and replace of everything that they have, we are allowing them to take the steps over time to get them into a place where they're more comfortable. It also helps with the training of the staff who may know how to use one application and needs to be trained on now the new application. And I know there's lots of opportunity for training both on Meraki and DNAC here. So yeah, it allows the customer to take the journey the way that they need to, and it empowers them to make the decisions in their network that are right for them.
And they are the drivers. And we really can't lay into that enough. Omri, I wanted to ask you, IT leaders, they have to deliver on the security needs of their businesses. It's got to be core. How do our products here at Cisco, maybe even Cisco Plus Secure Connect as a good example, how do we help them make sure that they can actually get that done and deliver the way they have to deliver?
Well, maybe it's important to talk about what's different with Cisco Plus Secure Connect. There are a lot of SASE solutions today in the market. Typically, you see those SASE solutions as solutions that bring this cloud management model, this cloud operating model, to a secure services edge, which sits in the cloud and integrates with different SD-WANs. Integration is not convergence. With Cisco plus Secure Connect, we are essentially taking this cloud operating model, leveraging what Meraki solved really, really well by taking cloud management and bringing it all the way to the premise. So one of the differentiations that we bring with Cisco plus Secure Connect is a new way to think and reimagine SASE and really unlock its potential. Instead of bringing everything to the cloud, we take the cloud and we make it pervasive. We extend it all the way to the edge, and that ties back into that investment protection and leveraging the current assets, but it will also translate into the end user experience because you're not adding unnecessary bumps in the wire, and the most important thing is you're not jeopardizing your visibility with the monitoring capabilities as well as your security posture of the organization.
Wow, Omri, that is such good storytelling around our security infrastructure, right? Oh, I wish we could do this forever. I want to end with a customer success story that maybe everybody tuning into the stream would really get benefit from and that they would get excited about. So what have each of you seen where you said, yes, that is why we do what we do?
Yeah, for me, I mean, I was lucky enough to interview a customer at HelloFresh at Cisco Live Melbourne who shared just a really amazing story about how they are truly all in on this integration and cloud journey and using the technology that we have available in the right places at the right time. And what's so great is they said, you know, the Cisco Meraki stuff helps me hand off a lot of those easier tasks to the junior members of the team that I can just let them go and troubleshoot and figure out. And that gives me the time to really think about the higher level strategic things, the way that we're growing our business, the way that we're scaling, how we're expanding. And that's really what it's all about. I think giving back time, simplifying that experience for our IT users and our customers in order to be able to just free up the time to do some of the strategic things for the business.
Such good human storytelling. Omri, same thing.
So I'd like to focus on the outcome. So one of our customers is a legal firm, George Sinclair, and they had the challenge of connecting different attorneys that are spread across multiple states. So I'll jump to the outcomes. When speaking to their CIO, he shared with me that with Cisco plus Secure Connect, they were able to now onboard remote users, and I'll quote, 10x faster than before. And they also wanted to be able to solve challenges in migrating and dealing with disaster recovery of different sites. They're in regions that have a lot of disturbances and hurricanes, so they have to migrate their operations from one place to another. And with Cisco plus Secure Connect, being a cloud-delivered solution with cloud management, they're now able to actually do this within a matter of hours, and in the past it took them days to do some of those things, and including experiencing outages as part of that. So again, I love focusing on the outcome because that's the bottom line, and of course it did solve for the efficiencies and it liberated the CIO to start focusing on higher value items.
Fantastic. Again, very, very applicable, very now, very, very current. Great stories, both of you. I wish we could do this for a longer period of time. I always love these conversations. But Rebecca Stone, Omri Gelfand, thank you both so much for a great iTalk. Thank you for joining us here in the studio, and I hope we'll get more of an opportunity to talk with one another.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
so much. Nish, we're going to head back over to you in Studio A.
Thank you so much, Steve. You really pulled out some golden nuggets out of Rebecca and Omri. I think it's music to a lot of our ears. I think something that really stood out was how they talked about how you could simplify with technology and you could do it in a sustainable way with what you already have. You're not ripping out everything, you're not starting from scratch, and just really finding ways to optimize the way that, the people strategy and everything around that as well. So thank you so much, Steve, Rebecca, and Omri. Now, we've still got lots to come, so stay tuned with us. We've got a session on identifying internet problems before they become end user problems. And then obviously we have as well, we've been talking a lot about hybrid work, so a session around the next chapter of hybrid work with Snorri and Larissa Horton as well. So stay tuned for that.